Do I wear this sweater in every single video? Yes, I do. It's literally all I own. Leave me alone. She says with an entire rack of clothes behind her. Hello, and welcome back. Today, I thought I'd try something different. Well, kind of. I just did a conspiracy theories video, but this is a little bit different. Today, I'm going to be proving or debunking some Disney College Program rumors. I know a lot of people are really nervous before they start their Disney College program about a bunch of stuff because it's a big move, a big life change for people. So I thought I would kind of bring up some of the most commonly rumored things and either say if they're right or debunk them to hopefully give you a little bit more peace of mind before your program. Obviously all this is my own opinion. Other people had different experiences, stuff like that. I think I'm right, so. The first one is CPs being bullied. I know a lot of people have videos on having really bad locations or really bad cast member experiences with people that they worked with, things like that. And obviously I think there's chances that there'll be one bad egg out of the whole group, but I personally never experienced this. I worked at why are words so hard? I worked at Typhoon and Blizzard Beach and Magic Kingdom, and I never had any problems with anyone. I was closest with people at Typhoon because obviously that's where I spend like 95% of my time, but everyone at Magic Kingdom was really nice when I worked with them too. When I worked at Blizzard Beach when I was deployed there, people were really nice as well. All my coordinators were awesome. My leaders were absolutely amazing. I know at bigger locations, obviously there's a bigger chance of having issues with people because there's more people, but in my experience, and then thinking of like literally everyone that I worked with, they're still friends with their coworkers. Like, people have gone to visit them. I saw one of my old coworkers in California. One of them is moving back for fall in August, so I'm gonna see her then. Like, I had no problems whether it was CPs or part-timers or full-timers. I'm still friends with like my coordinator who is a full-timer. Like I said, some locations can be different obviously because there is people that have stories like that, but in my experience, as long as you're nice to people and you stay in your own lane, you should be fine. The next one is CPs getting the worst hours, the worst shifts, and the worst locations. To start off with locations, I honestly think it's entirely random. I think people just get put places where they need people, so that's kind of a throwaway question. For time off and shifts, I do think it's true where CPs kind of get the bottom of the barrel. Disney knows that they can pay you less, they can give you worse hours, they can give you longer hours because you just want to be there. A lot of people are using it as an internship credit in college. A lot of people just want to get their foot in the door in the company if they like want to work in hospitality. A lot of people like me just want to work for Disney. But with that being said, a lot of the CPs get the same shifts, so a lot of times you'll work with the same group of people, which is really fun. And I didn't mind long shifts. At least twice a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would work a 10 to 14 hour shift depending on what the day was like. And I thought they were really fun. You make way more money that way while you're already there. Like, what's 8 hours compared to 10 hours if you're already at work? Yes, I think it's true that CPs get longer hours and worse hours. A lot of location CPs like typically get the night shifts, but I also think they can be kind of fun. The next one is certain roles. So I feel like there is a negative connotation around certain roles and certain, like, I guess specific location-y type things inside roles. I just want to talk about it real quick. If you didn't know, I worked management attractions at Typhoon Lagoon as my home location on my last CP, and because I was at Typhoon and I was at a smaller location, our management attractions wasn't just touch points. I did probably about 60-ish% parking too. I do plan on making a whole video about parking, but I think that parking gets a really bad rap from everyone who hasn't work parking, and then the minute that you talk to anyone who has work parking, they loved it. So I think in attractions, that's the one thing that people are scared of. It's like, makes me so mad because I loved it. But if you ever look on a group, people always post being like, is parking still in attractions? I got attractions. Am I gonna be stuck in parking? I got accepted in attractions. Parking is my worst nightmare. Please don't put me in parking. How do I get out of parking? Parking's bomb. The people who always work parking are like really chill. It's really fun. You either gonna be outside all day, which I think was fun, or you're gonna be in a like toll booth, which hello, air conditioning, thank you, in the summer. And it's super chill. There's no height requirements that you have to worry about. There's no food that you have to worry about giving people. you can barely ruin vacations, and if you do try to ruin a vacation, like, what are you gonna do? Run you over with their car? It's not gonna happen. People have threatened to run me over with their car. Never happened. Also, one time, a guy gave me a cookie when I was working in parking, so pretty sweet gig, I think. Another role that I think gets a really bad rap from people who haven't worked it, but when you talk to someone who did work it, they really like it, is custodial. I think when people think of custodial, they just think of like you're cleaning toilets all the time, but custodial can also be bomb. This is, hello, just a role video now. I also kind of want to make a video all about different roles for when you're ranking them, but that'll be at a later time. Custodial, you are pretty much working by yourself. You get a little area, you get to hang out, you get to talk to guests. Custodial cast pretty notoriously get a lot of cast compliments. You get a lot of one-on-one interactions. You get to hang out. If you're trained in water art, you can do water art. You get to give stickers to kids. And when there's thunderstorms and you're outside, you go one-on-one, so you get to go inside. So at Typhoon, a lot of the time the custodial cast just had to chill inside ticket booths and stuff, so. And the last one I think it's a really bad rap is quick service food and beverage, but this one is so vast, it can be almost anything. Yes, there's gonna be parts of the role that suck if people just work back of house. It's not the funnest to just work with fryers and flipping burgers all day, but if you get quick service, there's also a chance of outdoor vending, which could be like selling I want to call it candy floss, but that's not what it's called in the real world when you're not like 95. Cotton candy, that's the word I'm thinking of. You can sell cotton candy or popcorn during parades and fireworks show. You could be working a cart. That would be super, super fun, just the freestanding ones. You could be doing cash, which honestly, working at a cash register makes time absolutely fly by. When I was in retail, that was like the easiest way to like have a shift go by real quick. I think every role has like its pluses and minuses, and I think people kind of put like entertainment roles, so character attendant and character performer, up on a pedestal, which like obviously I want to do it too. Hello, I literally am a character attendant, so like, is this hypocritical? I promise it's not, but I think every role has its ups and its downs, and I'm like real sick of people saying that parking sucks, so yeah. The next few real quick are about housing. People always complain about the housing situation. Is it overpriced? Absolutely. Do they not pay you enough for how much they charge you? Absolutely. Should they renovate the apartments way more often than they do so there's not like lizards painted into the walls and stuff like that? Absolutely. But with that being said, housing isn't that bad. I do have a housing video coming up about the different housing choices and the pros and the cons. Honestly, if you've lived anywhere that isn't like super bougie, you'll be fine in housing. I lived in like a pretty average, like old-ish apartment, and I found Vista, which is the oldest of the old in housing, pretty on par with where I lived before. Yes, I saw a single cockroach and it was small and I put it in a cup and I took it outside and it was no big deal. Yes, there's a crap ton of lizards all over the place and like they probably want to get in your apartment because, you know, it's 100 degrees outside and your apartment's nice and chilly. But like, I don't know, I think they were missing a lot of stuff that you need, like utensils and stuff like that for 6 or 8 people that live there, but like overall the apartments aren't that bad. Related to that, people talk a lot of crap about Vista. If you don't know, Swoozy, he did the Disney College program. He, I believe, is the one that came up with like Vista Laid, which like, excuse me, I got 0 action on my last program, so false advertisement, sir. We can talk about this in my housing video too. Honestly, Vista was pretty tame. I heard no parties. I went to no parties. Maybe I'm just a loser and no one invited me anywhere. I don't know. I didn't find Vista any more rowdier than Commons. And lastly, related to housing is crazy roommates. I feel like a lot of people have videos on like Disney College program, crazy roommate story. I think no matter where you are, if you're putting 4, 6, 8 people in an apartment, there's gonna be some butting heads. My roommates didn't always get along famously, but honestly, as long as you're like an adult and you talk about it and you're open and you lay down some ground rules, it's not that bad. For every person that makes one video about how they had a crazy roommate who like ruined their life, think about how in Vista alone there's what, 38 buildings, and each of those buildings has like 50 people in it. For every one video of a crazy roommate story, there's probably like 50,000 people who did the Disney College program that had no problems with roommates, so just be nice, you know? I have 2 more quick things. One is the bus system, and this one is absolutely true, but take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, someone said it recently changed, but last summer they were still with Transtar. That was the company, and Transtar buses are so old. Some don't have AC, some don't have real seats. Some of them literally will bust into flames sometimes. It's just how it goes. I would be lying if I said I did not see at least one Transtar bus broken down on the side of the highway, like on an overpass. I literally was on the bus back from Cast Connection one time, and the J bus, which is the bus that goes to Animal Kingdom, like fully was broken down on an overpass, and we had to pick everyone up. So yes, the buses are bad. Yeah, the buses are trash, I can't deny that. The last one is related to the point system. So if you didn't know, Disney runs on a point system. Every time you're late, you get half point. Every time you call in sick, you get 1 point. There's a lot of talk about how this isn't fair and like how CPs can't use doctor's notes, because I think the like logic is with a doctor's note you can roll 3 points into 1 point if you miss 3 days. I don't understand when people complain about this on Facebook. This is like totally a personal problem. If you feel like you are sick and you think they're gonna like reject a doctor's note, just go to Disney's doctors. Most of the time that's your way around it. Yes, the point system does suck, and yes, I think it's ridiculous that being 1 minute late is in Disney's minds the same as being 1 hour and 59 minutes late. But positive note, if you're already 1 minute late, you might as well be an hour and a half. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did that once this summer. I was over it. Is the point system silly? Yes. Is it there for a reason so people don't constantly show up late and throw off the whole schedule of the day? Also yes. So there, that is it. Those are me talking about a few Disney College program rumors that I have heard that you might be scared about. If you have any other questions about anything, feel free to let me know. Like I said, hi, I'm Lauren. I worked attractions last summer, going back as a character attendant this summer. I'm here to answer all of your questions, comments, and concerns. Thank you. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, please subscribe down below. That would be cool. All my links to my other social medias are also down below. You can find me most commonly on Instagram, but I'm kind of all over the place. And I upload 2-ish times a week. Usually at least 2, sometimes 3 if I'm feeling sarsy. That's not a word. I think that was frisky and sassy put together, but sometimes 3 times a week. So, like I said, please subscribe, hit me up down below, ask me all your questions, comments, and concerns, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.